it up for Deanna Ortiz, Chicago's #1 stand-up comedian. Woo! Hi, everybody. How is everyone? Happy Monday. Did anybody here work today? No. Yeah, not me, bitch. Ha. Not me. I quit my job. I quit my job. I quit my job to focus on my passions in life, like lying in low-stakes situations and like desperately trying to impress other gay people. And sometimes both. When I lie and say, I've seen Portrait of a Woman on Fire, I have not. I am not smart enough for the subtitles. I don't know what I want to do next, like in terms of my life plan. At this point, based on my trajectory that I set when I was like 7 years old, I should be so famous that I'm retired by now. You know what I mean? Like I've hit the apex of my fame to such a point that my team is actually releasing a statement and they're like, hey, Maureen's gonna actually take a step back from public life and focus on herself for once. And people around the world are like, good for her, she's given us so much, Like I should be trying to figure out which of my many beach houses that I want to auction off for charity, but instead I'm like looking at job listings online that list a can-do attitude as a requirement. And I know based on my experience, I do not have that. Okay? I should be at this point, trying to accept an award from Oprah for, I don't know, let's say like best redhead comedian with a gorgeous smile, an amazing personality, and the tits of an angel. And instead, I'm desperately trying to sell my underwear on the internet and no one will buy it! I have a full bush. I feel like that has to count for something, right? Nope, not a single click. I don't know like what I want to do next, but I do know that I will need dental wherever I go, right? Because, and not to brag, my dentist is obsessed with me. Every time I go, she's always like, Maureen, you have to come back next month. I need to see you again. I need to see you next month. And I'm like, Karen, stop. There's other people here. You're so obsessed with me. Stop flirting with me. I'm very delusional, though. I actually think that everybody is flirting with me. Like, watch this. Hi. We're married. Like, you guys just watched us get married. Yay! No, sorry. Thank you for being a good sport. Maybe, I'm not sure. Yeah, I've always been deeply delusional, right? Like I, as a young kid, was like, I am constantly on the precipice of being discovered. Like everywhere I went, didn't really matter. Like could be, like at a Kohl's or an Englishtown flea market or just literally in my mom's minivan. I was like, someone is gonna approach me, a man in a suit. His name is probably like John Hollywood, and he's gonna approach me, and he's gonna be like, congratulations, you have the it factor. And I would be like, oh my God, like I'd be so shocked, but it would be like fake, like I'm just being humble because I want him to feel good, but also like I knew it was my destiny to be discovered. And you're like, at this point, you're like, discovered for what exactly, right? Yeah, like what is the talent? And that's a really good question. And the answer is, sort of singing the loudest in church, not the best, just the loudest. Pretending to know witchcraft in the woods, or doing sort of like an okay British accent for a 12-year-old. Yeah, all right. I've always been very theatrical. I don't think that's a good British accent. I just want you guys to know, I don't think that was good. But if you think it was good, you can tell me. Like, it's fine. Yeah, I've always been very theatrical, right? Like, even doing normal things in school, like book reports or like poster boards, I would be like, actually, Miss Marks, why don't you turn off the lights for my 45 minutes performance piece on the state of Idaho? I don't remember anything about Idaho. I was really focused on the dance. And she was like, partial credit. But this great combination of having like an excessive amount of psychotic confidence paired with my propensity to lie a little bit led to some really amazing opportunities for me early in my career. Like, have you guys ever heard the expression, like, walk through life with the confidence of like a mediocre white man? Yeah. My 8-year-old ass would put all those men to shame. As I confidently volunteered to be the Irish step dancer for my school's St. Patrick's Day parade. I don't know how to Irish step dance. I still don't. I was like, I'm Irish, I take dance class, I'll literally figure it out. Like, Just put me out in the field. I'll get there. Put me in, coach. Those are some sports references that I put in my comedy to help it be like a little bit more accessible. Good, like market appeal, right? Speaking of the good market appeal, another fun, juicy little memory. When I was, I want to say like 11, at a sleepover, I told a whole group of gals that I was runner-up to be Hermione in the Harry Potter movies. I know, you're like, oh my God, we're in the presence of greatness. But unfortunately, the studio did pass on me because I wasn't quite British enough. I once went to Girl Scout camp. There was a rumor that one of the girls' dads was a record producer. I know. And so I was like, this is my moment. I'm going to show this girl's dad exactly what he's been missing. So we're all, not in a weird way, guys. So we're all kind of like, not in a weird way. We're all like congregated by the bathrooms, and I decide to kind of go in and do a one-woman performance of the 2004 seminal hit from JoJo, Too Little, Too Late. And so I'm in there for like a really long time, adding a lot of texture to like an already rich sort of textural piece. And when I walked out, I kind of was like, oh shoot, did you guys hear that? That's so embarrassing for me. Oh my God, I can't believe it. But it was embarrassing because what had actually happened is I assumed everyone was like really excited to see the face behind the angelic voice. Oh my God, that's not JoJo. But instead, one of the older girls thought that someone was in crisis in the bathroom and went to go get the counselors. I lied a lot as a little kid. By the way, I think that I was the one who started that rumor about that girl's dad being a record producer. And by the time I figured that out, it was, you're just a little too late, a little too wrong. Yes, thank you. Oh my God, Oprah's here. She's giving me an award. That's crazy. Yeah, I lied a lot as a child, but I also lie a lot as an adult, too. I wish I could say that that part of my life was over, but that would be a, say it with me, lie. Yeah, oh my God! People usually don't say it back. That was so nice. A lie that I like to tell a lot as an adult. And by the way, I should say that when I tell people this, they're like, yeah, I lie too. They're like, I lie all the time. I lie to my kids about Santa Claus. I lie in my resume about having a full bush. And what I'm saying is that, unfortunately, like, I love you. Thank you so much for trying to relate to me. Unfortunately, what I'm saying is I have lied to flight attendants across this great nation from all major airlines and gotten preferential treatment for being pregnant. I have never been pregnant. But I love to do it because people are so nice to you when they think you are pregnant. They're so much nicer to you. And they're especially nicer about you, like, sort of puking up your guts in a vacuum-sealed aircraft for 2 hours. If they think you're cooking a person rather than the truth, you overserved yourself at a Harry Styles concert. But you gotta be prepared with the pregnancy lie, because people are gonna ask you follow-up questions. And you gotta have those locked and loaded, because you don't wanna get caught, right? And they're doing it to be polite. They're like, I wanna know, tell us more about the baby. And I'm like, I just need another extra large trash bag and the ability to go back in time and never, ever, ever do tequila shots again. But I can kind of fake it, right? It's like, thick bitch, right? Second trimester, okay. Oh, that woman had a big lunch. Oh, she's a mother of 2. And the questions that people will ask you, right? They're gonna be like, how long has it been in there, when are you gonna shit it out? Do you know what its tiny genitals look like? Are you gonna have a party for its tiny genitals? And I'm like, you gotta have all those answers locked and loaded. I'll leave you guys with this. Recently, I was spending $78 at CVS, thank you, on snacks because I was degenerately high at 3 p.m. and I didn't want to say that to the cashier, so I said, it's cravings. And she said, congratulations. And I said, thank you. And she goes, do you know what you're having? And I said, no, we want it to be a surprise because I'm addicted to the drama. And she said, well, mom to mom. She puts her hand out. She touches my tummy. And she goes, I can tell it's a boy. And then she says, because you're carrying low. And that's when I learned learned that lies do have consequences. Thank you guys so much. I've been Maureen.